Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the NECA action figure of Christopher Reeve Superman. Before I get into all my little nitpicks, let me just say up front that I flippin' love this figure. I love the classic movie costume, and I think they did a great job translating that costume into an action figure. And I think there's a lot of really strong, good, well-done things about this figure. So let's just go in, and I'll note it right off the bat. The coloring is great. The use of blue and red and yellow is just perfect. And also like the separation between the red and yellow and blue and the skin tones is pretty good. One of my favorite things about this though is the cape. They use a really good material. There's like a Batman 66 that had a cape as well that was cloth, and it was really cheap material, but this feels like cotton, like t-shirt cotton, and the way it hangs in the back, it reads really well. It's perfect for an action figure in this size. I normally don't like cloth on figures, but this is really good, and I love that they included the S on the back. That's amazing. Now, the actual shape of the S on his front looks good, his belt looks good, the boots are really well sculpted. I do have my little problem with them, well, which I guess I'll get into now, which is that this left boot is centered with his leg. His right boot kind of seems to be pivoting inward. I thought maybe the boots had a joint, but they don't. I thought maybe the knee joint was swiveled, but the knee joint's pretty much lined up, which just means I don't like that his leg's a little bit inverted. Nothing drastic, mind you, like it doesn't look that inverted, but I can tell that it's kind of pointed inward, and that just kind of bugs me. Yeah, I can move the ankle joint outward, but then it doesn't line up properly with the line going down the middle of his boot there. If you want it to line up, there you go. Anyway, that's a mild grievance. I have a few mild grievances, like the S on his chest could be painted a little better. I saw 3 in stores, and all of them had kind of wonky chest paint, but this one's pretty good. Like, you generally get the idea, but it's a little gloppy there, right there at the corner there. Also, the wire that was holding this figure in the package left a little line going across the chest, and I freaking hate that. I hate when toys do that. It happens with NECA a lot. It's really tacky. They got to do something about that, because leaving this little oil mark across the chest is just obnoxious. Also, my figure's a little dirty there, but like whatever. All the ones I saw had like various dirt on them. But let's talk about some good. Let's get more into the good, because my favorite thing about this figure is this fantastic head sculpt. It looks amazing, especially considering how little this is. It looks totally like Christopher Reeve. Look at the eyebrows, the sculpt of like his brow area, like his skin brow, like his head brow, you know what I mean, forehead area. The nose is great, the mouth is good, the mouth lines, his cheeks, his jawbone, his chin, the hair, the little S curl in the front looks great. The way the hair is sculpted around the head, like this is classic Donner Superman, and it looks just great. I flippin' love this head sculpt and paint job. The eyeballs are painted so well. Another little thing is that there's this little section here that's not painted because the S curl is attached to the rest of the head. A lot of the ones I saw were painted better. This one has a little bit of open skin paint, but it's okay. I'm just going to get like a little bit of black paint and finish the paint myself, because when I was hunting for this in stores, this one, despite that little open section of hair, was the best painted one I saw, and I know, I'm like, I can fix that. That's just black paint. That's no big deal. Now, the articulation on this is pretty good. Not a whole lot of it, because, you know, more articulation would break up the sculpt, so I appreciate that, because I really like this sculpt. But you do get the basic range of motion at the shoulders. There's no bicep cut. Well, I don't want a bicep cut, but because that would kind of ruin the lines there. But his elbow does have a swivel there, and then you have the little ball joint at the waist, the hinges at the legs. You got the knee joints, which also swivel side to side, and then you get the swiveling ankles, and then the swiveling wrists with the hinges inward. And you get the ball joint at the top of the neck. I can't rave enough, though, about how good the head is, the sculpt of the figure, the color tones. Just fantastic stuff. Now, he does come with a few, very few accessories, these 2 alternate hands, so I'm going to swap those out. So, right when I pulled the hand out, the hand came off the joint, and the joint's still stuck in there, which has never happened to me with a NECA figure before. So I'm really disappointed about that, because I freaking love the classic Superman, and I wish things like this were done better. At least the peg stayed attached when I pulled out the left hand. Now, one little problem I have with this is that the paint is coming off the hand joints there. I think that's really kind of tacky that you can see the blue exposed, and it's chipping off right there. I expect more from NECA than that. But I'm still going to give this figure a pass as Superman raises the roof, because I've always wanted like a good 6-inch or 7-inch Superman action figure. There's been a Hot Toys, and that was pretty much it for a while when it comes to the classic Christopher Reeve Superman. Mattel announced they were doing these little movie figures, and I was so excited until it turned out to be like little 4-inch figures and nothing that had like no detail on them, and they sucked. NECA could do like a 1/4 scale figure, which was awesome, but I don't collect those, so I was so bummed out. But thanks to some weird like little loophole mumbo jumbo, NECA was able to make these Toys R Us exclusive 7-inch action figures that they could normally only make in 1/4 scale. And I'm so happy about that because this is like an action figure I've wanted as long as I've been collecting action figures. A proper Donner Superman. Christopher Reeve is my favorite Superman of all time. And just checking this figure out on the shelf, I flippin' love it. It looks so good. So I love it. If you're out there and you're hunting still, I don't really see them in Toys R Us anymore, but you can maybe find them on eBay and stuff. Check it out. I'm very happy with this. Thanks for watching.